So I made a Vine saying that I would make a video about my fandoms if people would watch it, and one person was like, I'll watch it, so that's enough for me. Okay, so I'm trying to decide what I should start on. Okay, so I have a lot of fandoms. I've got Dexter, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is number one in my world. I'm a cult fan of the Boondock Saints. I'm a fan of Nirvana. I see fandoms as more than just TV shows and. But my room is filled with posters. Like, you can see 3 of them behind me. This is 60 arms. I'm obsessed. Like, when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed with Norman Reedus. And a lot of people already know that. Let's swap out to get some fresh gum. A lot of people already know that about me. Sometimes it annoys people. I don't really care. But he is amazing. There's some facts that you could probably ask me that I wouldn't know, but I know a lot of stuff about Norman. He has a 14-year-old son. He's never been married. There's speculation on that. If you were to ask me questions, it would be easier, because I'm kind of blanking on facts. I'm pretty sure his first starring role was in the movie Floating, which came out in 98, I believe. Let me double check on that. I shouldn't be on my phone though, because my friend is sending me dirty pictures of Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus, because people like to edit photos. But the one she's sending me of Andrew Lincoln is full frontal, and it's real. So, Floating, the movie. Oh, I was close. 97. So, yeah, he was Van. Love that name. So, really, really good movie. It's on YouTube. It's not in the best quality, but you can't buy it anywhere anymore, so take that over nothing. But watch it. It's a really good movie. It'll make you cry. At least it made me cry like a baby. The Walking Dead has been on for 5 seasons. This October in 2015, season 6 is coming out, which I am so excited about. There's an airplane or a jet going above my head. There's speculation that this is the last season for Norman, aka Daryl. I don't know how I feel about that. People are like, oh my gosh, are you heartbroken? I'm like, well, 1, I don't know if it's actually going to happen. And 2, even if it does happen, they'll probably start filming Boondock Saints 3, which I will be so excited about. I had this conversation this weekend with my family, how they think the second one is horrible, which a lot of people think the second one is horrible, but I'm a cult fan, so I love both of them. Sean Patrick Flannery is a dreamboat, and he's, I believe, getting close to 50, or he is 50, I think. But that movie is phenomenal. The Boondock Saints cult movie, cult classic. Boondock Saints 2, I would agree it's not as good as the first one, but I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Even though I'm 22, it doesn't make my mom very happy because they say the F word a lot. But it makes me laugh. That one scene with Rocco where he finds out it's them and he's like, what the? And he like says it a bunch of times. But yeah, I was a fan of The Walking Dead because I watched it on Netflix. And then right around when the Sophia drama happened, and there's not going to be any spoilers in this video. When the Sophia drama happened, that's when I started watching it on TV, because that's when I caught up. It's around season 2-ish, 3-ish. Then I started to slowly get infatuated with Daryl. And then I was like, I just kept researching it, and then that's when I found out about the Boondock Saints, and then I watched, the first time I watched the Boondock Saints, I watched it, and halfway through I had to leave, and then I watched the rest on my cell phone, and then I was hooked. I was just like, oh my god, who is this guy? Where's he from? How old is he? And then that's when I started to get into older men. And the whole infatuation with older men or whatever. Doesn't mean I don't like guys my own age, but there's something about Norman that just gets me. But then I watched Boondock Saints 2, I think, in the same day, and then I watched the Boondock Saints, the first one, at least 20 times in the span of that month. Like, I watched it over and over and over and over again. I've memorized the prayer, and shepherds we shall be, for thee, my Lord, for thee, power hath descended forth from thy hand, may we swiftly carry out thy command, and we shall flow a river forth to thee, teeming with souls shall that ever be. So, yeah. In Norman Apache Feely, Spiritus Anti. But, so that's pretty much explains where my infatuation from with Norman came from. And then I started to talk about it on Vine, and then that's where I started to get friends who loved Norman and Daryl as much as I did. And one of my current best friends, sorry, I'm just pulling out stray hairs. One of my current best friends loves him literally as much as I do. And we have a lot in common. Like, she loves The Walking Dead, she loves Dexter, but then there's this kind of rift where she despises one of my other fanfictions. We write fanfiction together. Well, we used to write fanfiction together. I stopped writing. I couldn't keep up. She wanted to write like every day, and it was becoming too much for me. But anyway, she despises one of my other fandoms, which is Supernatural. Supernatural became an infatuation because one of my other friends, who I sadly don't talk to anymore because we lost touch through the internet, she told me, she was like, you need to watch the show called Supernatural, and I was like, okay. She was like, it's on Netflix, and I watched the first season, and I was instantly hooked. Like, there's so much information. I still haven't learned probably half of what there is to learn about Supernatural. Excuse me if you heard that. I burped a little bit. But yeah. So, I'm a Dean girl, but in real life, I'm probably a Jared girl. Like, I mean, Jensen Ackles and Misha Collins are both hot. And I would totally, Jensen just gets me going. But Jared, for some reason, he has so much passion for helping people and keeping people going. It's just so, it's amazing. My phone case is Moose and Squirrel, which that's their nicknames on this, like, in the fandom world. Say always keep fighting. Suicide or anxiety and depression awareness. I have 2 shirts. One that says always keep fighting with Jared on it, and then the other one is the same. It's my phone case. Half Jared, half Jensen. But yeah. My infatuation for Nirvana kind of spurred up when I was in my deepest depression, which wasn't the best because their music isn't the happiest. And if you know anything about Nirvana, you know that Kurt Cobain killed himself. But it helped me through, surprisingly. And Kurt Cobain was a babe. Dave Grohl, he's a baby in the posters I have. He's a baby face, but he's not baby face anymore. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I could go on and on and on and on and on about my fandoms. Like, there's YouTube people that keep me going, there's music that keeps me going, there's TV, movies, just tons of stuff. But at the end of the day, if I had to give a word of advice to somebody going through something, find what gives you meaning in your life. Find what makes you happy and just enjoy it. The cool thing about the internet is you can go on Tumblr, search your favorite thing, and make so many friends. So, yeah. Just do it. Do what makes you happy. Like, in the beginning of all this, when I first started putting all these posters up and buying pop vinyls of my favorite TV shows and stuff, my mom was like, this is a bit much, are you okay? Like, she genuinely thought there was something wrong with me. But do what makes you happy. For real. Do what makes you happy in the end of the day. Does that man's arms make you happy? Then look up billions of pictures of that man's arms. Or try to look up nudes. You can find his ass online. Just saying. Or you could just watch the Boondock Saints 2 and pause it right at that moment. Or you could just Google. Because literally, there's GIFs. Or GIFs, whatever you want to say. Of his ass. Primo stuff. But yeah. I'm gonna go before I burp anymore. Yeah. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.